Okay. All right. Well, hello and welcome back to What's Spinning with Jake and Ridge, episode 2. I'm Jake Jackson. This is my brother Ridge Jackson.
Hello,
And for
everybody.
today's episode, we thought we would do a little like album homework assignment, a little what we've been listening to that's in our collection, and have one record that we wanted to talk about each, and why we picked it, and why we were listening to it, and what did like for mine. I want to know what Ridge thought of mine, and Ridge for his, what I thought of his. So that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to talk about some local shows that are coming up in the St. Louis area.
We got a
So
lot of good ones coming through St. Louis.
a lot of great ones, and it's only January, so 2026 is off to a bang, as they say. So
Yeah, I know April already is loaded with shows. So,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, man, we got a lot coming. So.
and it's just getting started. So without further ado, I'll start it off with my album, my pick, and I'm going to go with the latest offering from the New Jersey thrash metal legends Overkill, and that is Scorched, their 20th studio album on Nuclear Blast Records. 10 tracks, about 51 minutes at the runtime, and I just wanted to pick a thrash metal album for Ridge because we've been talking about a lot of metal
Yeah.
and a lot of thrash lately because Anthrax is supposed to be releasing a new album this year. Doomsday was on your top 10 of last year.
Yeah, Doomsday put out a fantastic album.
Yes, they did.
Phantom as well, which are more in
Phantom.
the speed metal, but they have thrash aspects
Yeah,
to them.
and
so.
the crossover album you sent me on Iron Fortress last week.
The name is escaping me. It's really great.
And you should check it out.
Yeah.
He'll put a picture in the
Yeah. I'll put up. I know it starts with an E. It's got a weird name, so I'm forgetting it. But they put out a really good, like 4 or 5 song demo. It slaps, man.
Yeah.
It's good.
So with that, I was like, I want to pick a metal record because that's a genre I know you really love. I love it too, and I wanted to pick a thrash record. So I went and into the collection and picked the latest Overkill record because Overkill is one of the best thrash metal bands of all time, and this is a really good record, and I wanted to revisit it. And with revisiting it this week, still, Twist of the Wick is my favorite track on the record. That's track 4. I really like Won't Be Coming Back. I like Harder They Fall. Know Her Name. The closing track, Bag of Bones, is really cool too. And then number 7, I want to get your take, especially on the. Now, I'm not saying don't flame me for this, but 7, Fever, I believe, which is kind of the more ballady song.
But it rocks.
It rocks
real hard in the choruses and like the bridge parts of it and the outros. Like it's fantastic.
In the vocal, I wanted to get your opinion. I wanted Bobby Blitz's vocals. I wanted to get your opinion on in the verses. Did you think his vocals sounded like Ozzy Osbourne at all? Like, do you think I'm not saying he sounded like Ozzy, but he chant like he was inspired by or influenced by. That could have been like vocally. I don't know why that listening to it for some reason made me think of Ozzy in the verses.
Yeah, I could see that. It had like similar kind of like cadence and stuff to
it. So that's why I was like, man, for some reason, I wonder if he was listening to Sabbath or Ozzy while, writing that song. So, yeah, that was Overkill, Scorched. If you've never listened to Overkill, you won't be disappointed. They got a deep catalog, very prolific. If you love the big 4 like Anthrax, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth, and you've never listened to Overkill, you will love Overkill. They're great, and
which is a new one on me. Like I'm a big metal fan, but Overkill is a band that I've never really done a deep dive into. Yeah. When Scorch came out in 2023, I was big on that album. I thought it was fantastic, but I've never really dug in deep. I've heard many songs on playlists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But going back this week, I've been super busy, but I was like, I'm going to go through all of Overkill's catalog, which is a lot.
The 20 albums.
20 albums. But the first 2 albums, absolutely love. But there was some aspects of Scorch that just like, just like going into the opening track with Scorch, the title track, first one. I love how they start with that like kind of like 80s, 90s thrash, like start like straight into like a guitar solo. Absolutely rules. And they do like a little bit of like adding in like aspects of like traditional heavy metal.
Yep.
Like in Going Home, kill it on that. And there was one thing that I thought was a little off on that, like on the Surgeon. It was just me, or do they kind of delve into a little bit of like, not musically, but they delve into a little bit lyrically on like in death metal? Because there's some of those lines in the Surgeon that are
I am the
pretty,
surgeon. I am. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. But
yeah,
I
I could.
mean, but
Yeah,
there. I mean, there's like some. It's pretty death metal-y
yeah.
kind of
I
like
think there's a video. We should watch
gruesome-ish
the
kind of.
video for that. I think
I
there's a
haven't
video.
seen that.
I
I've only
think the
seen the one for
surgeon. I could be
Scorched.
wrong, but I think the surgeon got a video, so we may need to check that out later.
Oh,
But I
yes.
remember there being a couple videos, and that may have been one of them.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
But overall, I thought they did a great job. I mean, on that the album's fantastic for running this long, and they do a really awesome job. I feel like they mix their classic thrash with a little bit at times. A little, there's a track on there that's got some prog metal, a little bit
oh for
feels to it,
sure. There, yeah.
and then the traditional heavy metal mix in there too. It's a great damn album.
It's overkill. If it, like, it's literally it's an overkill record. It's a thrash metal, modern thrash metal record of, and I think it's one of the best thrash records of the decade so far. I liked it a lot when it came out, and I was like, man, when I was going through my CDs, I was like, I have not listened to this in a while. I also
Yeah.
wanted to pick something I haven't listened to in a while. So, Overkill, Scorched, that is my album of the week, as I guess you could say,
Yeah.
and that's all I got.
So guys,
And Ridge, what do you got for us?
what I went with was it's an album. I've had this for a long time. It's a band that means a lot to me. Um, but it's one that I never really truly appreciated until recently. And thinking on it and just doing a little more, feeling it out. Whatever you want to say. Like,
You spent some more time with it.
spent more time with it, and it's really hitting. It's firing on all cylinders for me, and I'm kind of understanding it now. But I went with Cure, the album The Top, which is the fifth studio album released in 1984 on Fiction Records. This was just, I mean, it's basically, this is where you're coming off of like after Pornography, the downfall of the band, Simon leaves. You've got Robert pretty much leading the show. You've got Tolhurst is still around, but it's just, I never really, it was kind of like a forgotten album. And a lot of people, just like critics and stuff will always be like, oh yeah, it's a transition
Transitional
album.
album. This album, I even saw this album will be considered a classic in the future. I just wanted to read
Yeah.
what people thought of it, reviewers and stuff thought of it at the time, and a lot are saying what you just said. So
Yeah. And it's just everything about this. Now that I'm actually sitting down with it more and listening to it, it has all of the aspects of like the post-punky gothy, if you want to go that route, early feel that the Cure had. But then Robert was building his, I mean, it was coming off of like the Japanese Whispers like compilation and all like the singles, like the pop singles, like Let's Go to Bed, The Walk, and stuff like that. It was blending those early aspects of the Cure and that pop direction that Robert was kind of going, and they do a fantastic job of this. I mean, like the first track, Shake Dog Shake, is just this. A lot of these songs to me, I always put them as like trance inducing. Like it's just very like dun, 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 just very just just running that course the whole time. But he's just making it so interesting with these wild, like psychotic, like psychedelic lyrics. Like the
yeah,
lyrics in this album are bizarre.
very bizarre. That I'm listening to it, I was like, I do not know what he's talking about at all.
Yeah. Which story goes, apparently there was a lot of drink and psychedelic drugs being partaked in when Robert was making. This was basically a Robert Smith solo album.
Album, yeah.
I mean, you had Tolhurst moved on from drums, was going to keyboards. They get brought in, I think Andy Anderson to play drums with him, who was on like the Love Cats video and stuff. And then you had Paul Thompson, who is only credited for doing saxophone on this, but later became the guitarist for The Cure up until Wish, I believe. But there was a lot of things that went on between Pornography and this album. Robert was doing like The Glove, came off of that in 1983, and started writing this album, as well as doing Hyena by Susie and the Banshees. So there's just a lot of like tiredness, a lot of like being like worn down. You can feel a lot of the stuff in this album, and it's just beautiful. Like so many of the tracks on this, I mean, probably my favorite off of here. I love Bird Mad Girl. Don't understand
weird song titles too. Like a lot of these song titles are very strange.
Oh yeah, you mean you've got Birdman Girl, the Caterpillar.
The vocally one of his weirdest. Like he's like, is it flicka flicka flicka? He's like doing some in the beginning. I'm like, what is going on here?
And that's where it comes, like where like with the transitioning album, from them transitioning from this like post punk, like whatever goth, if you want to say it, kind of style of music, and building their own version of like their pop route.
Yeah,
and that's where Robert was messing around with a lot of, I would say, those melodies and stuff like
my favorite song is on the album is one of the more straight ahead songs on the pop songs, Dressing Up,
but it has like
some weird shit in it.
It has some wonky stuff.
What is that, a flute? What is that? The whatever that instrument.
I know if it's using like recorders and like weird flutes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it's something like that.
I really love that song. That is one of my favorite Cure songs. If I had to pick a Cure playlist, that would be on my playlist for Cure songs.
It's fantastic. It's nice. It's whimsical. It's dark.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Like talking about dressing up, putting makeup on, or going out. It's like whatever. It's a great song though. Still.
Yeah. But then you've also got like Piggy in the Mirror, which I always like was never one of my favorite. That was like kind of one that was put on the back burner. The more I listened to it, the more I got how like insane the lyrics are in that, the more I loved it.
Yeah.
And then we got Banana Fish Bones, which is a fantastic pop song, dreary, weird, strange. And then the closing track at the top is by far, there is so much emotion in that song that it's becoming probably one of my favorite Cure songs. And like Becky, you were saying, 20 years from now, we might learn to love.
No, in the 80s they said that. But I feel like people
we're a little past 20.
Yeah. But I feel like people like that album a lot more now in current day than they did.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of negative things about that album today.
No. Which we can agree on. The Cure's, they don't have a bad album.
I'm not like I like The Cure, but no, I've never listened to a Cure album that I thought, man, this sucks. I hate this ever.
Like 413 Dream is probably the only one that I'm lukewarm on, but also
the worst Cure album is better than most bands' best album. How about that?
That is true. Yeah, it's great. We didn't have Simon on this album, but it's fantastic. And I just wanted to, it's something I've been jamming a lot and still probably going to be. It's a good winter album for me.
Yeah.
And so throw that down.
Cure, the top.
Yeah. That's why I just wanted to bring that up and share that with everybody. Share my homework.
Share your homework.
See what you thought about it.
It was a I liked it. Very thorough explanation of the record and why you like it and some of your favorite songs. And that's what we're trying to do here, people. We're just trying to turn people on to new music and to listen to records and buy music, that stuff, to go to shows. That's the whole purpose of this show. So.
And even if you like The Cure and you say you haven't checked out the top, or you have and you were kind of middle of the road on it, do a little research on it. There's quite the crazy story between Pornography and The Head in the Door, which was the album that followed the top. It's pretty fun. But we don't want to make this an hour long. So. I'm gonna end it there. Check out Cure the Top.
All right. Well, that was our picks for this week, and let's get into some local shows. As of this recording,
Yes, sir.
last Friday, I just want to shout out Wes Hoffman and friends. Shout out to Wes Hoffman, good friend of the show. He and inches from glory, sideways, and night parks sold out the Heavy Anchor. It was a phenomenal night, great show. Loved it, had a great time, and I just wanted to shout that out real quick. And then also I wanted to shout out some upcoming shows. January 30th, Chainstay. They just put out their album yesterday of this recording, and they're doing their album release show January 30th at the Platypus. And then
also that same night at Off Broadway, we have Agriculture and Noel come in. And we got two awesome shows in St. Louis. It's going to be hard to decide which one we're going to.
Yeah,
I know.
I'll be at the Chainstay one just because they're a great band and I love the new record. So, and I've talked to Caleb quite a bit at shows. He's a pretty cool guy. So,
yeah. I'm sorry, Chainstay.
That's all right.
I'm going to come and see you sometime soon. But if Agriculture's coming through town, I'm going to have to check that out because the last album,
amazing.
Leads blew my mind off. So. Blew my head off, whatever you want to call it.
Blew your mind.
Blew my mind.
And then February 27th, 28th, and March 1st, 314 Punk Weekend in St. Louis. We got Friday night kicking it off with Hardcore Night. We got Saturday night, Emo Night. And then Sunday we have Punk Night. And also that same weekend, February 28th, as of today, Squint just announced a show at the Sinkhole with Family Medicine and a couple other bands that has slipped my mind, but
it just got announced today.
It just got announced today. So that'll be an awesome show at the Sinkhole. And I want to shout Squint out for opening for Goldfinger and Unwritten Law last night at the pageant. That is freaking cool. So
that's big for a local St. Louis band to be having that stage for all the touring bands that have came through.
Yep.
Like that's a big deal. And it was packed too. Did you see the pictures of it?
I did see the pictures.
Yeah.
And you told me the only other band there's obviously probably more.
There probably was.
But you said Fister is the only one you could think of off the top of your head.
Yeah, when Fister opened up for Explosions in the Sky, which is still just kicking myself that I missed that one.
Yeah.
Seeing the boys open up for Explosions in the Sky at the pageant.
And how could we forget? Speaking of Fister, we're going to we'll be at their show February 13th at Off Broadway. That's a Friday night. Friday, February 13th.
Yeah.
Either Friday or Saturday.
I believe it's Friday because Valentine's Day is on a Saturday.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be at the
I think
Off Broadway.
With they're playing with Furnace Floor, I believe.
Are they playing with Fortunate Son too?
No. I'll try and link flyers, or we'll put links in the description of the video. But
okay,
definitely we got a lot of good shows coming up soon here in St. Louis. So
that's all I got for today for shows and our picks of the week. And there's going to be a lot more coming. I think our next episode we're gonna go to a local record store in St. Louis, or
one of our favorites,
the Record Space, and we're going to do a pick. We're going to buy some stuff, and we're going to support local record shops, and then we're going to come and talk about it and show you what we got.
Yep.
And we'll talk about more shows, and there's going to be a lot more coming here. So that is all I got for episode 2 of What's Spinning with Jake and Ridge. I'm Jake Jackson. This is Rich Jackson. And we will see you next.